Well, good morning and welcome into the Real Monica Adams Show. Happy rainy Friday. Did you wake up and go, hey, when did it rain? I don't know, but I'm looking out the window and the green looks gorgeous in the trees. I went over to my mom's the other day, actually picked her up and brought her with me. So she's going to join in on the show in just a second. But the first thing I saw when I pulled up was how beautiful her iris were. They're stunning, beautiful purples. Are you all enjoying the spring blooms that are coming up? Well, they like this rain. So we'll talk with our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore, in just a second. We're going to go back and forth with Mama Jacque, talking about some news you can use like I did the other day. I think you all enjoyed that a little bit more. Instead of just flooding the beginning of the show with the news, we drop in some, we talk about it a little bit. And it's ironic because some of the things that we're going to talk about that are in the news you can use really are fitting and things that I think she would remember and maybe you would remember. So, we do generational talk. Well, we'll do that today, but it's more so life lessons and hard knocks. And I'm going to talk about someone who lost their job and then what happens after that unfortunate, at least that's how the world looks at it, the unfortunate aspect of life happens. But what do you do with it? I do believe he will come out greener grass on this other side, and he'll end up finding out that it was a blessing in disguise. So we'll talk about that. Good morning, Pamela, Kathleen, Julie, Sean. As you sign on, feel free to let us know where you are watching from. And if you're on vacation, if you're at home, wherever it is, always take us with you. And if you are sitting by a beach, let me know just how gorgeous that weather is. Or if you're hiking somewhere while you're on vacation, let us know that as well, because we'll be a little bit jealous since we woke up to rain here. We're going to find out what the rest of the weekend and into next week looks like. It's a segment we call What the Weather.
Good evening from St. Louis, Missouri, and it is a beautiful one.
Well, not so beautiful early this morning. Good morning, Beckett Moore. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. So I woke up. I didn't even realize it rained. I slept right through it, which is a good thing. Was it heavier rain overnight or just light, or what did we have?
I think it was light to moderate rain, not too heavy.
Okay, well, it again. I know that the trees and the flowers and everything are appreciating it, so we can't complain about that. Before I get into this, I've got a couple things to ask you. One, I forgot to ask you all about your Memphis trip. What stood out the most?
Yeah, it was really fun. So on Friday, the first day we were there, I went golfing with my dad and my brother-in-law. And then the next day, I went golfing with my brother, sister, dad, and my grandpa. And then we went to Graceland on Saturday as well. And then Easter lunch or brunch and mass on Sunday. So it was really fun.
I saw the pictures. So your father and your mother were posting pictures and saying, sorry for the photo dump, but no, I loved it. So what did you love most about Graceland?
I would say the house was pretty cool. Like the whole property was pretty cool, and his private jets that you get to go in was pretty awesome.
Oh, you do? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
See, again, I've got to get there. I haven't been there. I saw that you saw all of his jumpsuits, the costumes,
yeah,
everything that he
yeah.
wore. Very
Uh-huh.
cool. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that. What a great time to be there for Easter. And then secondly, did you hear the news about the meteorologist at KSDK that was let go?
Yes, actually, I did. That's unfortunate. He's a really good meteorologist.
Yeah, so I worked with him for 3 years. If you haven't heard, we're going to talk about this. KSDK meteorologist Anthony Slaughter was fired, and it's interesting. I will say, Beckett, I wasn't surprised because this is the way the industry, unfortunately, is going.
Yeah,
But if you saw the article that he did with St. Louis Magazine, he said there's more and more and more put on you. And I'm just letting you know, as you get ready to get into this field in the coming years, that's exactly where it's going. But his comment was, why are we doing so much on the streaming platforms and doing this and doing that? And this is our main focus. And he was frustrated because he's like, nobody wants to watch 10, 15 minutes of weather. What do you have to say to that? Because I know you like doing both short form and long form, but I think maybe what he's saying is there's a time for long form, right? When you're into the thick of
yeah.
really difficult weather, then yes, we're all watching you. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'd say usually short term is better just for like the average newscast, but like when there's severe weather, you definitely need long term. But for the most part, usually like short 3 minutes or under, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's what he was saying, 10, 5, even 5, 10, 15 minutes of weather.
Yeah.
He's like, he literally said, bro, nobody's watching weather for 10 to 15 minutes. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But, when someone loses their job, and have any of you ever been fired? Hearing those words, you're fired, it stings a little bit. And then hopefully you can transfer in your mind real quick and go, Nope. There's something better coming, right? God's got something better planned for you. So, Anthony, I'm sorry you lost your job, or maybe I'm not. I'm actually happy for you. I actually wrote him a text and said, congratulations. Wait till you see what comes next. Anyway, well, Beckett, again, if you've not seen Beckett, he is our aspiring meteorologist. And by the time he gets into it, I'll be very interested to see where news is at that time, because again, technology just changes so much. So it'll be fascinating for me. He's going to give you the weather for this weekend as you make your plans, and then into next week. So let's talk about the current conditions.
Yeah, so looking at the current conditions right now here in St. Louis, we got a temperature of around 66 degrees, very calm winds, 3 miles per hour there out of the east. And then looking at the dew point, 63 degrees. It's going to be a little bit muggy out there after the rain we had overnight. Sunset tonight, 7:47. We're already getting close to that 8 o'clock sunset, which is pretty unbelievable. But this morning, 66 degrees, overcast skies as we head into this afternoon. 81 degrees, a mix of clouds and sunshine. Can't rule out a couple sprinkles here and there around the area. Now, this weekend outlook, we do cool down heading into Saturday and Sunday. 68 as our high tomorrow with a low of 50, mostly cloudy skies. Same deal on Sunday. We could have a couple showers, though, around on Sunday, but overall, that's going to be pretty isolated, not expecting much, with a high of around 70 degrees, low of around 59. Finally, looking at our 7-day outlook again today, 50% chance of a couple sprinkles and showers this afternoon with a high near 81, low tonight 55. Again, tomorrow 68 is our high, Sunday 70, a few showers possible around the area. Into Monday, we warm back up into the 80s, 86 degrees, mostly sunny skies. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all days we're going to be having to watch for some rain chances.
All right, well, we're heading to Texas. I think you've been hearing me talk about that. We're going to Fredericksburg. So I think Wednesday we've got some rain in that area, but it's going to be pretty similar, I think, to St. Louis. I can't wait to talk to you when we get back and tell you all about Texas. Monday morning, this is going to be crazy, so I can still check in with you Monday morning. Monday morning, we are actually going to head out early on Sunday, and then we're going to come to you live. I have a feeling with some llamas and goats and donkeys and mini cows around us.
Awesome.
Exactly. I so wish you could have gone. We were trying to get Beckett and his family to go, but he couldn't be off school that much. So we will do this on a future trip, though. We've got to make that happen.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Really
All
fun.
right, Beckett, we'll have an incredible day at school, and I'll talk to you from Texas next week.
All right, have a fun trip.
Okay, thank you so much. Again, that is aspiring meteorologist Beckett Moore. Don't forget, by the way, follow him on socials. He is most active on his YouTube channel and on X, and he's fabulous, isn't he? For all of you that might be brand new, that's how we do it. Monday and Friday, he joins us. Okay, it is 7:09. I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to bring Mama Jacque in it, and we both have red on this morning. We'll talk about blue, though. Let's go Blues. Did you watch the game, folks? I cannot wait to talk about this. Mom and I stayed up for the majority of the game. We did go to bed when the Blues were up, and they were up pretty big, but wait till you see the final score. Mama Jacque, life lessons when we return.
Outdated and old. Can you help?
Let's take down this wall and add a support beam there.
Or just replace the furniture.
I love it.
New sofa, chaise lounge, and tables from Carroll House.
What about this bedroom?
Let's tear down this wall.
Or a new bed, dresser, and accessories.
It's like a whole new room.
Get free in-home design, fast free delivery, and free financing too. Skip the remodel. Add new furnishings from Carroll House for your new perfect room. Because you like nice things.
Discover your full potential with a personalized styling experience. Designing, customizing, and transforming the looks of men and women. Revamp your individual style and embrace what makes you, you. That's real confidence.
And welcome back. Again, it's a Friday. Happy Friday to all of you. Feel free to say hello to Mama Jacque. Look we both have our red on.
Yes.
I didn't. I had a different color on. I had more of a teal color. And the reason for that is there's something coming up. And you said you actually want to buy a ticket for this, right?
Oh, yes.
So you have a friend. We're pretty sure that you have a friend that survived ovarian cancer. So St. Louis Ovarian Cancer has their upcoming gala coming up tomorrow night. And we're talking about getting you there.
Yes.
So shout out to your friend. You want to tell everybody who your friend is?
My friend is Mary Munzer.
Mhm.
And the doctors say she is a miracle. She is.
Her, and I'm pretty sure our friend Georgie Bush. I thought that
I don't know.
Well, I know that she survived some form of cancer. Maybe it was uterine. I don't know. Anyway, it's amazing to me because according to the ladies that I've been visiting with the St. Louis Ovarian Cancer Awareness, they said that the percentages of people surviving is not really, really high. It's not a good cancer to get, obviously.
Yeah.
But they have their event coming up, and here you go. It's on the screen. I would love still for people to buy some tickets for this. I am so proud to be serving as their auctioneer and their MC. This is coming up on Saturday. It'll be at Meadowbrook Country Club, 5:30 to 10 p.m. That's in Baldwin, by the way. Celebrate and support the work of Sloka at the annual Living Out Loud Gala and Auction, 5:30 again on Saturday. You won't want to miss this. Tickets available online. They started those back in January. I hope you can get tickets maybe still. Tickets are $150 each, or a table of 10 is $1,500. Tickets include admission to the in-person event, complete with cocktail hour, silent and live auction, a delicious gourmet seated dinner, and of course the evening's program. And then we're going to raise money. That's what it's all about, right? So if you didn't know, we do auctioneering and emceeing, and I would love for you to reach out to us, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com, and hey, let's do it for you. We raise big money. Did you hear how much we raised for the Incarnate Word event that I emceed and did the auction for?
You did say, I forget what it was.
$470,000. That's between ticket sales. That's between donations for the Fund in Need. That's for the auction, live and silent both. But shout out to Incarnate Word, doing it great. And Riley, thank you so much. And Sharon, thank you so much for hiring. Riley is moving on from Incarnate Word. She's going to visitation. And she's like, hey, but if I find out they need an auctioneer, it's you.
Yes.
I was like, thank you.
So
good. I don't know what you're doing this weekend, but let us know, by the way, what you have planned. That's what we're doing tomorrow. And then we're, of course, getting ready for the big trip to Texas. Are you excited?
I'm excited. Yeah, this is going to be fantastic. You know, so much to do.
What are you most excited about that you've been hearing? Because Mom knows that we have been working hard on the plans for this.
Yeah. I get to sleep in a wine barrel.
She's so excited about that. Yes. And we are giving away a 2-night stay in Wine Barrel Cabins. Have you heard about that? Now, it's not an Instagram giveaway. So Wine Barrel Cabins has done an Instagram giveaway before. Oh. Now they are doing it on Facebook only. And you have to do something. You have to follow. So a lot of people think they're following. I think you are. You get notified when I'm on live, right?
I don't know. You have
to. I will have to look and see if my mom's even following.
What do I press?
You got to click like and follow. So make sure that you're following our page and following the Wine Barrel Cabins page. Okay. Then you have to tag a friend in it. You get there's extra things if you share it onto your story, but you have to make sure that you follow every one of the things that you need to do in order to be put into the drawing. And I have no say in it. It's so funny because people were reaching out to Jenny. Hey, I saw that they're giving away this really cool wine barrel cabin. Hey, pick me. And she's like, it's done by a third party source. Well, Wine Barrel doesn't do it. I don't do it. Our team doesn't do it. A third party source spits it out to us, gives us the name, and we will be announcing the name. Maybe I'll let you announce it on Tuesday morning on April 20. No. Are we doing it on Tuesday or Wednesday? No, we're doing it Wednesday, April 30th, right before we do the Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, live from a wine barrel. Inside this big wine barrel cabin. Yeah, we're going to actually be inside and outside during that time period. And then Monday, we're going to be at Fritztown Farms with a bunch of animals.
All kinds of animals.
Jim's either going to love her or hate her for helping us book this. Jenny goes, I might get fired before you all come back because I think the animals are going to wake us up.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, we're used to a rooster waking us up every morning. Good morning to all of you, by the way, on this Friday. Thought I'd bring Mom into the picture, talk a little bit about some life lessons, talk about some of the news you can use. And then I'm excited, Sam Felling, who I had a chance to sit down and talk with from Riverdance. Have you ever seen Riverdance?
I saw part of it. I'm trying to think. Because I know watching their feet go like crazy.
The flailing around. Michael Flatley, Lord of the Dance, right? Yes. From a long, long time ago. And then it's just had all these iterations. Well, it's coming to the Fabulous Fox Theater next Friday. Oh. Jenny's never been to the Fox, Mom. Look her in the eye and tell her.
Jenny, you gotta get to the
She is.
park.
She's going with me on Friday.
All right.
When we come back from Texas, I'm taking her to see Riverdance, and I know she's so
Yeah.
excited with this. Let's see. Jeannie is watching from Texas. Good morning. She's become a regular viewer now. I love it. Jenny says there's no thinking they're going to wake you up. He warned me. Yeah, so that's definitely going to happen. Good morning to Julie. Darlene, good morning from Florida. Darlene here, Terry's mama. Oh, I know. So glad I was able to tune in this morning to see Jacque. Darlene, that's Terry Lansing's mom.
Oh, hi there.
Yes. Good morning to Richard. So Richard's got an event that we want to talk about. Good morning, Mama Jacque. You both look great in red. Thank you. I'm too old for these late hockey games, but what a game. I'll take 3 more wins, please. So let's go ahead and start with that. Mom and I stayed up, excuse me. I did fall asleep on the couch for a little bit.
Yes, you did.
I was exhausted, and rightfully so with all this planning.
yes.
But okay, so we saw it. It was 2-0. It was 3-0 at the end of the first period. And that's when Jim went to bed. He's like, I got to go to bed. I'm tired. I'm like, really? Then we're watching in the second and they score again. Then Winnipeg scores. We went to bed, Mom. It was 5-1. Did you see the final score? Here it is. 7-2. 7-2 against the best team in the league. Did you know that?
Oh, no.
Yes. So, here we are getting into the wild card first round playoffs, and they end up getting against the number 1 team. So, the first 2 games Winnipeg took from us, that of course was on their home ice. There is a real thing to home ice advantage. You got the crowd behind you. It's super excited. So how about it for everybody? If you're outside of our area, hey, just appreciate that. If your teams are not in it, maybe you can start cheering for us and adopting our team. So 7-2, the Blues, and now the Blues will be playing this weekend. They've got a Sunday game, and I love it. It's an afternoon game because last night's was late.
Yeah,
the Blues and the Jets Sunday afternoon, and then it's the Blues and the Jets on Wednesday as they return to Winnipeg. And I'm hoping that when they return, it'll be tied up at 2. Yes. And then they go back, hopefully the home ice advantage doesn't play in their favor once we get back there.
It's going to bounce to us.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So for all of you that are just signing on, Mama Jacque and I are going to talk about some life lessons. Hi, Jen. Yes. Let's go Blues. Exactly. We're going to go backwards. We usually do sports at the end, but let's talk about the Cardinals. So now the Cardinals are at home. It's Milwaukee coming to town, and that'll be for a 3-game set. They've got a game today. First pitch, by the way, will be at 7:15. You used to take us to Cardinals games when we were younger. It's gotten so unbelievably expensive though.
Oh, I know. A family, I don't know how in the world
they
can try to. You'd have to have rich parents that would give you money to take your family to it.
To get tickets, to get the kids cotton candy and peanuts and Cracker Jacks and whatever they want.
Because the food is so expensive, and then getting down there and then
parking.
Yeah, parking.
You get gouged $40, $50. I'm not kidding. It's crazy. So you might be able to find 20, 25.
To just use the space.
Hey, that's smart on the people who own that property, though.
I know. Very, very smart. But you're thinking, oh my gosh, where can I park that I can, I'll walk there.
Yes, absolutely. Get your exercise. But so attendance has been down. Have you seen how empty the stands have been? Yeah. So anyway, I hope you go and support them because in the end, those athletes are playing for you. Right? Okay, so let's talk about a couple things. Did you know this was coming? Because it's out by you.
No, what is this?
This is the Mercy breaking ground on a new hospital campus.
No, I did not know.
This is out by Jenny, out by Mom, out by
Keith.
Well, yeah, my nephew, all of you that live out west. This is the first in Missouri, by the way, since 2015. So this is getting some national coverage also. Mercy has officially begun construction on a new hospital and a medical campus in Wentzville, the first brand new acute care hospital campus in Missouri in nearly a decade. I love this. Community leaders and Mercy officials gathered for a ceremonial groundbreaking. It's marking the start of the work on the expansive healthcare project located at the intersection of Interstates 64 and 70. The new Mercy Hospital Wentzville campus will include 75 inpatient beds, a 26-bed emergency department with trauma and behavioral health rooms, a variety of surgical and specialty care options. They will include cancer, cardiovascular, and orthopedic services, outpatient patient imaging, diagnostics, and treatment services also planned for this. The construction is expected to be completed in the next 4 years. But just wanted to drop that in this morning. I don't know if any of you had heard that, but how cool. And again, more and more jobs. That's what you hear with that. More jobs coming to Wentzville. So go St. Charles County. Now, we say that, and just as we say that, then we say that some people might be losing their jobs, unfortunately. Jack in the Box. They may sell Mexican food brand Del Taco besides the fact of this being in the news this morning. They are planning to shut down nearly 200 locations. Now, Mom, we had one right there in Florissant. Do you know if that's still there? For those of you that grew up in Florissant, or if you're up in Florissant, let me know. Right there at Thunderbird, Lindbergh, Waterford, that's where we grew up. And so we had a Jack in the Box right there in the corner. Some good memories, by the way. According to a CNN report, the 74-year-old fast food chain, I didn't know it was that old, is expected to shut down 150 to 200 of its underperforming stores, about 80 to 120 locations expected to close by the end of the year. The company is also exploring strategic alternatives for Del Taco. Jack in the Box actually bought that fast food chain 3 years ago. And CNN reported that the purchase has been riddled with problems, with Del Taco facing rising inflation and tough competition from other chains, such as Taco Bell. And you were laughing when I told you the other day, Taco Bell's got chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets, yes.
Isn't that a disconnect? What? Come on, you go to Taco Bell for Mexican. I don't know. I just thought it was weird. By the way, if you are new to the show, feel free to comment on anything that we're talking about, or give a shout out, or if there's something you saw on the news that you think, oh, Monica, pass this along to your viewers. Go ahead and do that. I want you to know how to protect your digital footprint. And then this is where we're going to have Mom talk a little bit about something that happened to her. Or I should say almost. 2024 saw over 1 billion records exposed in data breaches. And according to Pew Research, 72% of Americans believe there should be more regulations around how companies handle their personal data, often referred to as your digital footprint. We want you to be careful because those people, those enemies are out there trying to scam you. A digital footprint is the trail of data that you leave behind. Whenever you visit websites, you send emails, you download apps, you create online and social media accounts, everything we all do, right? Daily. A separate Pew study from late last year found that 96% of Americans use the internet, meaning most of us have a pretty extensive digital footprint. So what do we do with this? A virtual card puts a buffer between users and potential hackers. It exists solely in digital form, allowing for secure online and in-store purchases without exposing your physical card. They encourage people to see if their financial institution offers the option of using a virtual card or a debit card. They also recommend regularly reviewing your accounts and your apps to remove outdated credit card information whenever possible. If someone hacked your Google account, guess what? Now they have access to all your credit cards. Same thing with your Amazon purchase subscriptions. Oftentimes those go through Amazon, but you'll see all those apps out there that you probably subscribed to years ago. You're no longer using them, but they're wide open for hackers. They say Google users can see all the credit cards that they've been used on the platform. By accessing Google account settings and clicking on payments, you will find a list of every credit card ever used to make a purchase. So you're leaving a footprint. Again, every time you use your credit card, every time you log into an app to make a purchase or even browse, you'll notice sometimes that if you're saying something about Nike or a company, you may see a pop-up on Facebook, right? You mention something, there it is. We talk about Subaru. It's on my screen right now. That's part of the digital recognition that knows what you're looking for in advance. Again, we're pointing out credit card numbers are often linked to these digital footprints, making them especially vulnerable. So, Mom, we're going to break here for a second. Rose just said, I love seeing Mama Jackie. She reminds me of my mom so much. Where are you going? Oh, little but mighty. And her hair always looks so nice. So let me ask. Oh, you're going to blow your nose. Let's be real, because it is, after all, the Real Monica Adams and Mama Jackie show. So you want to tell everybody what happened to you?
Yeah, I don't know how
She's so frustrated by this.
How it got started or what, but somehow that I was on the phone and it was like make a payment or something, and then I was thinking, oh, okay, I will pay it back. So there, a guy on the phone.
The guy on the phone. Let me give you more to this. The guy on the phone told her that she had something expiring. And it was like a digital footprint kind of a thing. It was this aspect of security. And you
Yeah.
were like, no, I don't think I have that. And the guy goes, oh, no, you do. It's okay. It's okay that you don't remember you have it, is what you
Yes.
told us. And he's like, but it is expiring. So we can get that all set up for you. That's where it was. You
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess, but so yeah, I was getting to take care of it. Well, and I guess I don't, how goofy you think, how can I fall for this? Because it seemed like I was
They're
on
good.
the phone at home. And then he said, now, like, don't hang up, go up to the store, which I did. I went up to,
Folks, this is what the guy did. I mean, they are preying on everyone, young and old alike, but they do definitely prey on our seniors. And it makes me so worried with you because
no more. I don't,
well, I hope not, but
I don't answer anybody.
but it's not
anything.
even just answering it, folks. Here's the deal. It's not just phone calls. It's stuff that they send you. It's the phishing scams. It's all these things.
Yeah.
We learned a lot about it, by the way. We'll talk about KSDK in just a second. We learned a lot about it. And I do want to thank KSDK for taking us through different seminars, et cetera, to say, check on this, check on that. We would have to do these regular quizzes. And it was like, you got to get past a certain amount or you fail and you got to take it again, because you could completely shut down that newsroom if you allow someone into any aspect of the technology that we had used. And unfortunately somebody did, because again, they're getting better and better. This guy was so good and so nice to you.
Oh, yes.
You let him into your computer. You could start seeing him,
Yeah.
right? Using your computer. And then,
Because he said, I'll help you do this.
Ugh.
So you just do this, you do that.
and then he got her. We all sat there and went, Mom,
What?
you're smarter than this.
I know.
She got in her car, stayed on the phone with him, drove up the street to Schnucks, and he was having you buy what?
Gift cards or something. And I thought, oh, well, okay, I'll get, because it was like pay back, whatever this amount was. And then thank God, I thank you, God, you're always watching over me. The checkout. And then there was like a supervisor next to her. And I guess what I'm doing is she goes, hold on here. Wait a minute. And so she said, what do you do? She said, give me that phone. So I gave it. And so she started talking. She said, and goodbye.
Yep.
So that
she was her
ended.
guardian angel.
She
That
was.
woman that day at Schnucks, and it was affiliated. There's a U.S. bank up there, isn't there?
Yes.
Right. So she heard her talking and she was like, no, this isn't real. Ma'am, can I have your phone? And pretty much said, you're not scamming this woman. And then got done, because what that guy was doing was having her, this is what they do, get the gift cards
Yeah.
and then scratch off
Yeah, I
he
don't
needed
know.
the numbers off of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of this was happening. Then Mom felt so bad. She just kept saying, I feel so stupid.
Yeah.
And then my brother, who always swoops in, he took care of you, made sure that there was nothing
Yeah.
that was deeply revealed in finances, et cetera. But you didn't lose any money. We have
No,
a friend that I work with, though, who he was at a coffee house, went into the Wi-Fi, and immediately he got hacked, and they were saying, send us your money or we're going to do this, we're going to do that. He was on the show not too long ago talking about it. He had about $6,000 and then maybe another couple thousand that he's out of. I have a woman who lost $1 million.
Well, we have your brother's girlfriend's mom.
You're going to hit the microphone.
Oh, I'm so sorry. $46,000. And then they were talking her into taking more out.
Yep.
And I don't know how much money she lost.
Yep.
And I went, oh my God. No.
The problem is, here's what I don't want to happen. As soon as it happened to you, I was like, Mom, it's okay. Don't feel stupid. Let's just make sure that you'll learn from this and
yes.
you don't trust.
No.
There's also this important aspect of multi-level authentication. You should have a password or have to okay something before somebody gets into different accounts. All these levels of security. And it's a shame, folks. I do agree. Obviously, it's a shame that we have to go through this. But okay, let's go back here. So Anne, good morning. There is a Jack in the Box at 270 and McDonald Boulevard. It's on the way to work. I've not been to one before. Have a safe and fun trip to Texas. Have a great weekend. Thanks. We appreciate it. Yeah. So the Jack in the Box stories, again, about shutting down 150 to 200 of them. Let me know. We'll find out if any of them are affected in our Missouri, Illinois area. Michelle said we got healthcare bills for services from last year, which seemed odd. They had all the dates and services rendered, but the website to pay sounded fishy. I called and sure enough, scammers. Again, it's that gut instinct.
Yes.
Trust your gut, folks. Richard said, same thing I just said. See, no reason to feel stupid, Jackie. It happens to the best of us, especially those of us who have an honest heart. Linda, this happened to a friend of mine. See, she realized it she realized it too. Luckily, she wasn't out, but a couple hundred, still way too much. Again, there is a woman that I worked with. She was a parent of a child that was at this place that I worked at. I'm not going to get into the names of everything, but she, unfortunately, again, you're right, Richard, giving heart, trusting soul.
Yes.
And she was scammed out of $1 million, folks. $1 million. So it was two things that happened. One was what was happening either on the phone or on the internet, but then it's the other aspect where they do actual pickups, that they meet you physically in person and say, you've got to bring this money, or we're going to do this to your grandchild, or do this.
Yeah.
Obviously, what grandma is not going to try to help out, or parent try to help out their kids? Then they've got the aspect of people's voices, calling on phones.
Yeah.
It gets a little scary. Kristen said this happened to one of my good friends' sons who was home from college, and they told him that they had his sister, who was at high school, wouldn't let him off the phone, drove to the bank and had him withdraw money. I told you, there's the physical side. Jen, not over the phone, but I try to tell my parents to not answer the door when it's anyone they're not expecting. The older generations were taught differently, and the world takes advantage of their kindness. It does. And it's scary for me on so many levels of what they
I
try
don't
to do.
answer the door, or if I see somebody and I'm going like, I don't know you.
Right. And even here's the thing, though, they even pose as police officer. I mean, it makes you go, how can you trust? All right. Jenny swears that every time I turn around, I have another recall in the news. Here's another one. And this is for our parents that are out there. Nearly 180,000 of these are being recalled. Yes. So if you have these car seats, they're recalled for a choking hazard.
What?
It states that the headrest from the pad is not adequately secured for certain safety. First, grow and go sprint child seats, making it easy for a child to pick off pieces of foam that they could put in their mouth and choke on.
What?
This is just crazy. 180,000 safety first car seats being recalled for a potential choking hazard. This is according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So the car seats included in the recall have several model numbers. What I'm going to do is send this article right now to Jenny, and then I'll have Jenny post it in the moderation comments, because again, there are so many model numbers that I need you to check. And so if you're a parent, she will drop this for you. I highly recommend that you pay attention to what they drop in. Jen just said, good job, mama. So please pay attention to that, because again, we don't want you affected. Now we're going to get into this before we get into Sam Felling with Riverdance. She's coming up talking about Riverdance coming to the Fox. But congratulations to these two longtime KMOV journalists. And this is when it truly was journalism. Local legends honored by the St. Louis Media History Foundation Hall of Fame. You remember these two, don't you, Mom? Two former journalists, Julius Hunter.
Oh, yes.
And Robin Smith.
Yes.
Both worked for KMOV for decades. They've seen and done it all. Hunter first started at the anchor desk in 1974. Smith, with that iconic hair, the bun, right, was a few years behind him. She started in 1978. The two had distinguished careers that made an impact in the metro and the surrounding communities, telling stories of struggle and success. Other journalists were, of course, also inducted. That happened Wednesday night. So congratulations to the two of them. And as I just mentioned, that is truly when journalism was, in fact, journalism. And it has changed so much. Now it's opinions. Now it's getting on soapboxes and everybody and their brother. But as I say that, and those two get inducted in and we're congratulating them, I actually wrote the words congratulations in a text message to Anthony Slaughter yesterday. I'm not sure if I'll hear back from Anthony, and that doesn't matter, but Mom always taught me to show class. So I did. He was fired 2 days ago from Channel 5. There was an article in St. Louis Magazine that said he was dumbfounded, as many others are. They're waking up to it today, thinking maybe he's on vacation or took some time off for time with his family, the boys that he adopted when they were young.
Right.
So he has a better life to come. He had, when I was there, he was talking about wanting to get into the restaurant business. And he mentioned that in the St. Louis Magazine article. So he wanted to do I'm not going to say, because if it happens, it happens. I don't want to give it away. And then he does it and then someone tries to steal the idea. But John Carney was also inducted. Julie, there were some greats for sure. Congratulations to all of them. But so, and I say congratulations. I know a lot of people are like, oh, KSDK, you're a fool. That's the only reason I watch, blah, blah, blah. People say this all the time and then they come back. So you'll come back, you'll watch for different people, but understand it is a revolving door. And I like to be honest. So I saw it coming. I'm surprised it took this long because I've been gone now for 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they're keeping anybody that has a higher salary because they don't have to anymore.
Yeah.
They now know that they can take a kid right out of college and say, here, get behind the anchor desk and do all this work and we'll give you $30,000, maybe 40 if you're lucky. But as he said, it was more and more work for less and less pay. And according to the article, and without me having a chance to talk to him, it was that they went into different directions. He didn't see the direction that the new director of content wanted to go. And it was probably a lot more of do this on the side, because that's what was happening to us, by the way. See you later, Jeannie. Have a great one. Have a fabulous Friday. Julie just said, what? I love Anthony. Yep. So he's gone, but he'll pop up somewhere else. I don't know if he'll stay in the industry.
Yeah.
It's been like 20 years, I think. So he was in San Francisco. He was in St. Louis. He went to California, came back. He's been back at Channel 5 since 2017. But hearing the words, by the way, you're fired. What do you do with those words? I was told that when I was leaving Channel 5, that we couldn't come to terms on a contract. I was supposed to leave on January 6th. They had me leave a few days early, so I couldn't say goodbye to all of you. Couldn't have my swan song.
Yes.
They were worried, I can guarantee. Oh my gosh, she's starting a website. She's going to pull people over. We have, by the way. You wake up to us instead of waking up to the negativity. And I'm going to tell you, they're going to continue to do this. There is no loyalty in that business.
Yeah.
I'm being honest with you. There is no loyalty. So don't be surprised when other people that you know and love are going to get the axe. Yes, congratulations, Linda says. You're better than that.
Yeah.
So good luck, my friend. Move on with pride. Yeah. Okay, before we get to, which I think is so exciting, Riverdance coming to the Fox. Here's your national day of calendar. National Arbor Day. Mom, you used to make this for us. You got to make this again. National Zucchini Bread Day.
Oh, yes.
National Telephone Day.
Oh, hello.
Isn't that every day? Yeah, get on the phone.
That's every day.
National Historic Marker Day. National Hug a Plumber Day and cover up their cracks. Oh my gosh, my mom laughed at that when I said that this morning. National Hairball Awareness Day.
That's kitty cats.
Yes. And National DNA Day, which, by the way, I love to do DNA on animals. We were just talking to Jessica about that yesterday during Positive Talk Time. When you do a DNA on an animal and you actually find out what their breeds are. Let's see. Jen says, it's sad the way they treat the broadcasters. All of a sudden, they're gone. It's like breaking up by text. Yeah, but I'm telling you, don't be surprised because it's going to happen left and right. So these people that you love, and then all of a sudden they're gone, and hopefully they would have the class to allow them to say goodbye. But oftentimes it doesn't happen. And he obviously didn't.
No.
He had to put that post out and he's like, I don't even know how to begin this, but here we go. Best wishes to Anthony. He is worth more than what KSDK can offer. Those words are a gut punch. Actually, they're not, Joy. For me, when it was said to me, I said, you just gave me the greatest, what did I say? You just gave me the greatest blessing of my life. And the director of content at the time said, oh, I did not expect that out of your mouth. And I said, she goes, but I agree with you. You're so talented and you've got such big things to do. And I was like, don't patronize me. Because if you thought that, you would keep me.
Right.
Or it's the fact that they know that media companies are not going to pay probably more than $50,000, $60,000.
Yeah.
It is crazy. So for all of you, though, understand that that's what happens behind the scenes. I like to be honest with you. It is less pay, more work. How about more work? How about more work? Let's make you do more and more and more. Yeah, okay. And let's treat you like this. It's what's happening.
And a little bit more.
It's what's happening in the business, unfortunately. Anyway, some life lessons from Mama Jackie. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. We are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, Sam Felling, she's local from our area. She is in Riverdance. We've got all these local connections, which I love. I'm going to be interviewing one of the guys coming for the Temptation show that's coming to the Fox.
I love them.
Can't wait to do that. Stephanie, before I go to break, said, it's sad when it happens. I lost my job. See, a lot of you. I lost my job in 2015 for having too much vacation time and years in. Oh my gosh.
Built up and then
I couldn't get unemployment, so I got a lawyer. He got me disability. They did me a favor. I tried to get a job, it didn't work. Anthony will be fine. Yep. Again, everybody always bounces back.
When they say, and it's true, I guess, when a door closes, a window opens up.
When a window closes, a door opens, or something like, I don't know.
Whatever. It's not the end of the world.
Oh gosh, no.
It's ready for something bigger.
Well, he said he's looking forward to taking a little time off, not waking up so early.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing. So Anthony, trust me, you will be so happy and you will go, why in the world did I stay in that long? It's so nice not to get up at 1:30 in the morning, by the way.
Yes.
We all used to get up about 1:30 or 2, or Rennie got up at midnight.
Yes.
Workaholic. They don't. value you,
Right.
Rennie, Michelle, all the other people I worked with at Fox. Trust me on this. You may think your job is secure, and then look what happens.
Yeah.
A long timer out the door, 3-minute conversation, you're fired. We can't come to terms. Let's
I
get you
had
out of
one
here.
where walked down the hall and went, "Can we talk?"
Yeah, that's not good.
I thought, what?
Yeah, we can talk right here in the hallway. Go ahead. Anyway, all right, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, again, Sam, she said, you're right, Mama Jackie. Sam Felling joins us. Local girl, made it great, again, in Riverdance. Oh my goodness, how do they do all of that, right? And how cool would it be to be involved in that? Well, we're going to talk with someone right now who is from our area, Samantha Felling. She actually grew up in the De Pere area, Kirkwood area, right? We're going to talk with her right now. Hi, Samantha. So glad to have you with us.
Hi, Monica. Thanks so much for having me.
It just lights up the stage. I can't believe this. Okay, so Riverdance, folks, if you've never seen it, and I can't believe it's been around this long. So they're calling this the new generation because all of you weren't born 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's incredible. We have an entire cast. None of us were even born when Riverdance first came out, and for it to last this long and now we all get to be a part of it, it's amazing.
Well, I was watching videos, Samantha, because I've always been a big fan of Michael Flatley. Michael Flatley,
Sure.
Lord of the Dance, right? And there's just so many people that watched 30 years ago when he was in Riverdance, the Eurovision, the original in 1994. And he comes out on the stage, commands the stage, and you see him just put on this incredible dance, but it was the costumes. It was a whole new flair of this and just lit up the stage. So people say that name. So to be in a performance of something tied to that name, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's just absolutely incredible. Yeah, Riverdance exploded into the scene in 1995 during that Eurovision song contest, and it was just electric. People had never seen Irish dancing in a format like that with the lights and the costume, and the music was Grammy Award-winning music. It's so incredible. 30 years later, for that same show and that same energy to still be running today. It's just amazing to be a part of a legacy like that.
Absolutely. And we're excited for it to come, obviously, to the fabulous Fox Theater. I was reading your bio, and we're going to give a bunch of background on Samantha and then talk about the show if you've never seen it before. But when you get to the Fox, you're going to be looking for a name that's on the wall, right?
Yeah, that's right. So my Irish dance teacher, Mary Jo Cange, she was actually in Riverdance herself. And I'm so excited because she always talked, growing up in the studio, she always talked about how she signed the wall. We always have a Riverdance sign on the wall, and all the cast members will sign their names on it. So her name is actually on one of those walls in the Fox Theater. So I'm really excited to find it, and hopefully this time get to sign my name next to hers as well. That'll be really special.
Absolutely. Again, if you're just tuning in and you're saying, who's Monica talking to? Samantha Felling. She's in Riverdance. Now, let's talk about where you grew up. We'll, of course, have to ask the old St. Louis question. Where you went to high school. You know that, Samantha.
Of course. Yeah, I grew up in the Des Peres area. So I went to community school, and for high school, I went to Whitfield School and graduated from there. And then I also attended St. Louis University and graduated from there in 2020.
And I hope everybody listens to this, because here's the deal. So Samantha is in the Bachelor of Science in Business from St. Louis University. She graduates and she's out there in the corporate world. She's doing her sales. She's doing her marketing. And then all of a sudden you just didn't feel fulfilled. So there's so many people, Samantha, that go along in life and they stay in something, even though they know they have a passion of something else. So is that what was happening? Was this big tug on you?
I mean, I saw Riverdance when I was 5 years old, and it's the reason I really got into Irish dancing and just absolutely fell in love with it. And I think, I went to university, I graduated, I loved my job, but there was always something in the back of my head, kind of that itch I needed to scratch that said, just shoot your shot, give it an audition, give it a try. And I think I would have really beat myself up if I hadn't put myself out there and at least went for it. And so, yeah, I decided to explore it. I knew there's something else out there for me that I wanted to accomplish with the dancing still. And it worked out, and I've just been living my dream since then.
Absolutely. And by the way, I was asking Samantha where she is talking to us today. London?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So I'm currently living in London. Work has brought me here. My husband's from England. So I'm all over the place, always in different time zones between dancing and work.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, what time is it? Am I sleeping? Am I awake? If you're just tuning in, again, Samantha Felling. So she grew up in our area, and now she gets to take the stage all over the place, including right here in St. Louis. If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, be sure to do so, because it will light up the stage. It hasn't been here, I think, since, is it 2022?
Yeah, 2022. I actually went and saw it in 2022.
So there you go, folks. So it's a few years since it's been here, but now the International Irish Dance Phenomenon is touring across North America to over 40 cities, returning to North America for the first time since 2023, but again, coming to our area. So did you get a chance to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Yeah, I was actually in the parade with Riverdance. It's incredible. It's amazing. Just the places Irish dancing will take you. You don't know when you first sign up when you're 5 years old for an after school extracurricular activity. And then all of a sudden it's taking you like all around the world. We got to dance in the Macy's Day Parade. And then, now back to the Fox.
So that's what a lot of you, 31 million of you, had a chance to see this debut at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And then here it is, starting to do the tour. We're going to show you some pictures as we talk with Samantha about this. So it just looks so exhausting. So all these little girls that first learn how to do Irish dance, truly, I mean, where does it even begin? Because the way those legs flail around, I just don't get it.
Yeah, well, most of us start when we're very young. So we'll get into the day. I mean, I started when I was 5, 6 years old. I was just in kindergarten, and you just build up over time. So, you go to classes, and then you start at local competitions, and then it takes you to competitions all around the world. Some of my best memories are traveling with my mom to international competitions. And then from there, when you get to be an adult, then you can start auditioning for shows. And Riverdance really allowed dancers to have a career in their passion, because before Riverdance, there wasn't an opportunity to make Irish dancing into a career.
Right.
So yeah, you really just build it up over time. It is still exhausting as a professional dancer after all these years, but it's the dream and it's everything we love. So we just run off of the adrenaline and excitement of it all.
Again, and when we're talking about the true athleticism, I mean, we all go to the Fox or the Muni or stages. I mean, we're really, really blessed with a phenomenal art scene. But you see singing, you see dancing, you see great artistry and musicianship. But this, as I mentioned, is a true whole other level. So when you're not on stage, what are you doing to relax and actually try to bring yourself down a notch to go and do that again? I want you to wear a Fitbit, because I want to know how many calories you burn.
Yeah, no, it is. Especially being on tour, it's a big toll on our bodies, but we're really lucky. We have physiotherapists and massage therapists, and people on tour that they travel with us and make sure we're keeping our bodies fit and in shape. But yeah, when we're not dancing a show, we have to just eat really well, make sure we rest, spend times doing spend time doing things outside of Irish dancing, just making sure we're well-rounded people on top of that. But yeah, it's the fitness and athleticism of Irish dancing has just evolved so much in the past 30 years. And now we have this troupe of world-class Irish dancers they've grown up competing and training their whole lives to be part of this cast.
Again, it's called Riverdance 30. So the new generation, again, you're going to see in this cast, they were not around when it was the origination 30 years ago. So Samantha, you mentioned your husband earlier, Ollie?
Yes, Ollie.
He's also in Riverdance, right?
He is, yeah. He's also in Riverdance. We actually met on tour, on a different tour, and then we're so lucky now we get to tour with Riverdance together, and it's just amazing that we can share that dream together.
How cool. So both dancers, besides dancing, what else do you do do you also sing, dance, music, play?
Yeah. So Ollie's actually really into art. So he's a visual artist as well. And we've recently started exploring other dance forms and acting, and we love everything about the art scene. So yeah, as much as we can get ourselves into, we love it all.
So absolutely. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about Riverdance, and I just mentioned besides the incredible dancing, and it just lights up the stage. I remember watching a video from 1994, again when it started, and you're sitting there in the audience, and it was just kind of ethereal and haunting of the music and the singing, and then all of a sudden the percussion and the back and forth of Michael Flatley, and then the drumming, and it's like, I can do this. Let me hear you. Oh, you can do this. I can do this. That back and forth. Are we going to see something similar to that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so engaging. I mean, even growing up, I also watched those videos on YouTube. I would watch them over and over and over, and it's so compelling. And when you're sitting in the audience, you really do feel something when you're watching the dancers, and it's because they're feeling it too. They're living it in the moment. There is quite a bit of back and forth between the dancers and the musicians. Not only do we have Irish dancers, but we have a flamenco dancer, we have Eastern European folk dancers, we have tap dancers, and our musicians, and we all dance together and feed off each other's energy on stage. And it's just, yeah, I get the goosebumps before every show still hearing the music. It's amazing.
I was just going to ask that. As you see these and you realize that you're a part of this, do you still get giddy?
I do. Yeah. Every show feels like opening night. That's kind of our motto in Riverdance. It could be someone's first time seeing the show or 100th time seeing the show. And we want to make it just as special for them, either way. And it's so special for us too. I think this cast, we have such an appreciation and gratitude every time we walk onto the stage. We're carrying on this legacy, and we're part of our dream show, and we don't take that lightly. We want to make it as great as we can.
It is, and it's just amazing. So even if you've seen it once, and that's the thing that people, it's funny, they'll say, oh, I think I've already seen that. I'm like, so see it again, because you've got different people, as you know.
We have new lighting and costumes and visuals. It's amazing. Yeah.
That's what I wanted you to go into next, because if someone has seen it before, and maybe it's been a lot of years, what is the same and what's different?
Yeah, so we've kept some of the same iconic choreography, the Grammy Award-winning music, everything that makes Riverdance. But this show, Riverdance 30, just makes Irish dancing cool. It's the costumes. The new costumes are so great. We have new lighting. We have new visuals. A set. It's just, yeah, it's really just enhanced the whole show altogether. I'm really excited for everyone to see it, especially in St. Louis.
So Samantha, when you said that you did Irish dancing when you were 5-6 years old, like a lot of young girls that get into it, did you have what's up with the costumes and the hair?
Oh, yeah, I had the big curly hair. So in competition, we wear those big Irish curly wigs.
Yep.
We don't wear those for the shows.
No.
Probably for the better. Yes, I have quite a few pictures of a wig that is much larger than my head. St. Patrick's Day parades. We would dance in the Dogtown Parade and the St. Louis downtown St. Patrick's Day Parade and all. Yep.
Why? So what is the significance of those wigs?
Yeah, I think originally it started as a traditional thing. So back in Ireland, they would have these Cayley dances where the girls, after Sunday mass, they would have their hair curled, and it kind of stems from that. They'd have their nice dresses on and they go for a social Cayley dance and all dance together. So I think it started to kind of preserve that visual, traditional aspect of the Irish dancing.
Okay, but you're not going to see that in Riverdance, by the way. So don't
Yes,
look for
not
that.
Riverdance.
Very, very,
A
very,
long way.
very different. Exactly. So when's the last time you've been back to St. Louis? Because Samantha was just saying that she's been in London for the last few months, and you're starting to feel like a Londoner.
I am starting to feel a little bit like a local here, but I always miss St. Louis. I was just back in St. Louis a few months ago for the holidays, and I go back still often to visit family and friends, and work takes me back there sometimes. But this time is just going to be extra special. Like, I just get emotional even thinking about it. It's St. Louis is my hometown. My friends and family are still all there. Went to school there, grew up there. It's where I started this whole Irish dance journey. So it's just going to be so full circle.
So it was what, the summer of 2022 when you auditioned?
Yeah, I auditioned at the Riverdance Summer School in Boston and then Dublin in 2022. And then early 2023, I got the call to come join the cast. It was like the best call of my life.
I was just going to say, take us back to that call. Literally, what were you feeling? Did you have a bunch of shriels and
Oh yeah, I can remember it so well. I got a message on my phone. It was an email, asking me to join, and I was just this. I think I read the email about 100 times just to make sure it was real. Yeah, it means so much to be a part of this company.
So you're coming back, obviously, to be with us here in St. Louis. Your family, friends, are they all geeking out to be there to see you?
Yes, I have. We have a bunch of seats already bought out for I think all of the shows at the box. So it'll be so fun to have them there. A lot of my family and friends haven't ever seen me dance before, so it'll be really special, yeah, for them to see me in Riverdance. And then I have a lot of family and friends that have just supported me since the very beginning. Since I was 5, 6 years old, and so to have them there after all of their love and support after all these years is just, yeah, it'll be really special. I'm excited.
So for those that knew you the best, and this is what I love, if you've got a friend, a family member, coworker, whatever, that has this burning desire in them that says, gosh, I really would love to do this. I really want to do this. What would you say to them to kind of nudge them to go for it? Because did anybody have to nudge you, or it was just this, I've got to do this on my own?
I just felt a calling. I knew it was a dream, and I knew I had that dream for a reason. But my family and friends and my coworkers too, my boss, where I used to work, they were all so supportive. They were like, you know what, you can always come back to this. You can always come back to sales and marketing, and use your degree. But you can only dance for so long. It's such a short window that we have as dancers, and they all encouraged me, just go for it. And I'd encourage that to everyone else too. If you have a dream, if you have something you're really passionate about, why not? Why not go for it? Because what's the worst that could happen?
Right.
And truly, just the most incredible experiences have come from going for it. So yeah, I'd love to share that with anyone else.
Absolutely. And you just mentioned the toll that it takes on the body. And so it is a short window because you get to a point like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You have to kind of strike when it's hot, and when it's time, it's time. And I think, yeah, the timing just really aligned for me, and I was really lucky that it worked out.
So we were talking about Ollie, her husband, earlier. You got married in the fall of last year in St. Louis at the Silver Oak Chateau, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That place is beautiful.
Oh, it was so beautiful. And it was, fall time in St. Louis is just absolutely stunning. All the trees, they were all colorful and everything. His family was able to come over from England, and some of his friends as well. So we got to show them around. We took him to like the Arch and a few of our favorite coffee shops and Forest Park and, all the St. Louis things. So that was, so much fun.
Very first time you ever came to St. Louis, did you introduce them to toasted ravioli?
Yes. My parents are, the first time we had Ollie over for dinner, my parents were like, all right, toasted raviolis and gooey butter cake.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Emo's Pizza.
And we had
Ted Drew's.
Pizza. Yes, I know. And Ted Drew's. My dad was on it with the Ted Drew's. He's like,
Did he like it all?
Yeah, he loved it. I was like, see, I wasn't hyping these things up. It is good.
So what was the first type of food that he introduced you to from where he's from?
Oh, I think it must have been mince pies.
Oh.
So I was over here for some of the Christmas season over in England, staying with his family, and they had all these Christmas goodies like mince pie, mulled wine, and oh my goodness, so good.
So you liked it all?
Oh yeah.
Is there anything that's is there anything that you've tried that you haven't liked and like, no thanks?
Not that I can.
Not yet?
Not yet. Not that I can think of. Yeah. To be honest, everything's been great.
So how long are you in London?
Right now for the rest of the year.
Wow.
Although I travel a lot with dance, so that, it's kind of our home base for now, and then we'll see where life takes us. But Ollie and I are both going back on tour throughout the next few months. So kind of
How
being
incredible. I mean, seriously, just going along. Again, if you missed the beginning of the interview, we're talking about how she graduated, spent 2 years working in sales and marketing in the corporate world, like so many people do. And then all of a sudden, what a drastically different lifestyle. You are living your true dream.
Yeah. Yeah, it was insane. I mean, as we talked about earlier, when I got the call to join Riverdance, it was without hesitation. I pretty much sold my car, ended my apartment lease, packed up my bags, left St. Louis, and it was really scary. It was really scary because I loved my life there and everything I had kind of built there, but everything happens for a reason, and it's been an amazing journey, and I'm sure I'll be back again one day.
Absolutely. So besides obviously dancing in Riverdance, is there any other big dream of, well, I want to do this, but I'd also love to do this? Is there anything else there?
Yeah, I mean, I love Riverdance. I love Irish dancing, and I love teaching Irish dancing. I love getting creative with it. So one day, I'd love to become an Irish dance teacher and be able to pass on that legacy to the next generation of Irish dancers. And Ollie and I both being in Irish dancing, we always love messing around and creating our own choreography and show ideas and concepts and things. So we're always just, trying to be creative, and we'll see. We'll see where it takes us. We never know.
So Samantha, for people who have never seen it before we wrap up, and we're going to give away a pair of tickets, by the way, so you can see the opening night of this. Hopefully you've been paying attention, because we're going to ask a question from our interview with Samantha. What do you hope that they say when they walk out of the theater?
Just that it was an electric and mesmerizing, passionate, emotional show. I think it really will just leave everyone with goosebumps, and hopefully make everyone want to get up and dance themselves too.
And introduce so many people to Irish music, to love it. You don't have to love Irish music, though. That's one of the biggest things, because I've seen it a handful of times, and I do love Irish music, but you don't have to. You'll go into it and go, oh my gosh, wow, suddenly I have a new appreciation for it. And then you'll have an appreciation for dance in a whole new level. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell me how many calories are burned at some point during one of these performances.
I'll have to wear one of those Apple Watches during a show or rehearsal or something. Yeah.
And then email me, because I think it's thousands upon thousands.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine so.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. I know you're going to have a bunch of people there that are going to be hooting and hollering, but we'll try to upstage them screaming your name.
Sounds great. Yeah, I'm so excited. It'll be such a great audience.
Well, Samantha, thank you so much. And as I mentioned again, we're going to give away a pair of tickets. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we have tickets for the Friday evening performance. And we're going to let you know how to get tickets. It's May 2nd for the opportunity for you to go. But back again at the Fabulous Fox, it's Riverdance 30, the new generation. It will run May 2nd through the 4th. Thank you so much, Samantha. You've been an absolute pleasure. And I can't wait to see you on stage.
Sounds great. Thanks so much, Monica.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
My house is so outdated and old. Can you help?
Let's take down this wall and add a support beam there.
Or just replace the furniture.
I love it.
New sofa, chaise lounge, and tables from Carol House.
What about this bedroom?
Let's tear down this wall.
Or a new bed, dresser, and accessories.
It's like a whole new room.
Get free in-home design, fast free delivery, and free financing too. Skip the remodel. Add new furnishings from Carol House for your new perfect room, because you like nice things.
Oh, wasn't that fun? Okay, we're going to give away a pair of tickets, but we also want to let you know about something coming up. So Rich Melching, who is with Dude's Playground, and we've been mentioning that we're going to be at Dude's Playground. I hope you can come out with this. Mom, you love nice cars.
Oh, yes.
Mom, what was the car you had when you were younger?
A 59 Chevy white with red interior convertible.
Yes. Mama Jackie loves her cars. My dad had a 57 Chevy, powder blue with a Continental kit and skirts.
And skirts, yeah.
I never saw it, unfortunately. You didn't either, did you?
No, because it was long before I met him. He had to give it up when he went into service.
Well, I think we might have some of those kind of cars, Mustangs, Corvettes, Jeeps, all these clubs. Tell them about this big day that's coming up in June. This is one of many mobile Monicas. Join us June 21st at noon. All vehicles are welcome. Bring the Harleys out. Bring any vehicle. It's $10 per poker hand. And what does this money go to? Dude's Playground, a wonderful respite for our veterans. And they get it, right? He is a veteran. And so he understands that he wants to be able to continue to provide this place of solace and camaraderie and fishing and a wonderful lunch. And then, you think, oh, I feel healed today. Sparklers display at 9:15, free food, free entertainment. But before you come to that with us, they're going to have something tomorrow that's open to the general public. Everyone, 7 a.m., they're going to have fishing and then a fish fry at noon. Yes, they're going to have a great time. This is actually in Waterloo, Illinois on Kaskaskia Road. So, hey, it's going to be a nice day. Get the grandkids, get the kids out, fish with them, but go to Dude's Playground so you can see what they're all about. So Rich wanted to give you a shout out for that. He said, but Mama Jackie, wouldn't you really rather have a Buick?
No.
Oh, she said no.
No.
Okay. We want to give away a pair of tickets. So we just had Samantha Felling on, and Samantha was watching us on Instagram. So we'll give a shout out to her. We'll tag her, making sure that all of her friends and family can see that she was featured on our show. I want to give away a pair of tickets so you can come see her and the rest of the Riverdance troupe on Friday of next week. Again, next week, Friday at the Fabulous Fox Theater. It's going to be a wonderful time. I think I said this earlier, and that was incorrect, I believe, on my behalf. So let me type this in, as I am very, very real. We are going to Riverdance at the Fox on Friday, and that's when the tickets are available to you that we're going to give away right now. So what I'm going to do is ask this question, and we will look on all of the platforms. So the very first person that can tell me. Yes, I thought so. I said earlier one night only. I was correct. I was incorrect. Sorry. I've got so much in my brain. It is May 2nd through the 4th. So Friday the 2nd, it's for that weekend. So it's I should have said one weekend only. Sorry, Fox. Fabulous Fox. 30th anniversary tour, Riverdance, May 2nd through the 4th. And we're going to give away tickets for the Friday night performance. You have to be able to go. Please don't win the tickets unless you can, or if you know someone that's definitely going to use them. So Samantha Felling was telling us that she just got married last year, love of her life. He's also, by the way, in Riverdance, which I think is super cool.
Right.
But I just asked her where she was coming to us from. Where was that? That's the question. First person that can correctly tell us where she was interviewing with us, you get the free pair of tickets. 2 tickets to go to Riverdance at the Fabulous Fox. It's going to be fun. Mom, you know the answer, but you can't win. You can't win. Let me tell you about some things coming up for next week. So we are coming to you from, Dot, congratulations. But, I'm sorry, Julie Purcell was right before. Dot, didn't you say you're going already? I think you said you are. Julie Purcell, I'm sorry, you actually beat Dot to the punch. Dot said, I thought she said she was going. Oh, I'm going to Riverdance on May 4th. Yes, to see Samantha Felling, my friend Sue's daughter. Hi, Samantha. Can't wait. Okay, so Dot is going already, and Ann already won, so you couldn't have won again anyway. I know the answer, but I don't want to ruin it for everybody else. Okay, good. Way to pay attention. Julie Purcell, you are the winner. Congratulations. I hope you're going to be able to go and enjoy Riverdance, enjoy Samantha and all the other dancers. So way to go, Julie. You were the first to type in very fast, and way to pay attention and be present. Yes, fast fingers. Okay, so next week, Fredericksburg, Texas. We're going to be coming to you live. We're going to be shooting a bunch of footage. We'll do a big recap video. Congratulations, Julie. Yes. Monday, we're going to come to you from Fritztown Farms. We are going to be staying there, and then we're going to be surrounded by animals. So I'll have Jenny start dropping in all of the links so you can start looking into them and being excited to go, oh my gosh, this is where they are this morning. So we'll show you some live aspects. We'll show you some pictures, some videos. We're going to sit down and talk with Josh. He is the owner of Fritztown Farms. I'm looking forward to seeing the mini cow and the donkey and the sheep and llamas and you name it. So they are Airbnb. They have a bicycle shop. They do these wonderful soaps. They're very sustainable, right? So they've got quail. So they use quail eggs. And then she does the most cool, awesome jewelry. from the
Oh.
feathers, from the quail.
Oh,
It's really neat. So
It's-
everything they use, they make sure that every part is used. And I love that. So Fritztown Farms, that's on Monday. Okay. Then we're going to go to Felt Hat Company. Oh my gosh, she's so excited about this. You know about all these custom hats that are done? It's all the rage now, by the way. So custom cowboy hats on this tiny little head. We're going to go and we're going to sit down with the crew at Felt Hat Company. So that's going to be fun. We might show a little bit on our social reels live, and then we'll have a recap with them. Coming up on Tuesday, we will be at Wine Barrel Cabins, coming to you live, talking to the Wolcott family and doing the true show and tell of an actual wine barrel that you can stay in.
Yes.
This is amazing. And we're giving away a 2-night stay. Wouldn't you like to be there? You've got to make sure that you follow the Wine Barrel Cabins page on Facebook, and then our page, the Real Monica Adams page on Facebook. So start telling your friends, get more, opportunities to win. So even if they can't use it, tell them to register, tell them to do all the things you have to do. We'll be posting more about it in the coming days, and we'll make the announcement of who the winner is right before Wet Your Whistle Wednesday from the Wine Barrel Cabins, Wednesday at 4:00. So Tuesday morning we'll be there. Wednesday afternoon we'll be there. And then we're also going to go to Coordinates Winery on Main Street. We'll do their tasting with Austin. Looking forward. I hear that their wines are fabulous. There's 100 wineries, Mom, in
I
Fredericksburg,
know.
Texas.
I can't
We're going to hit all of them. No, we're not. We're not even going to scratch the surface.
We'd be very loopy.
We need a driver.
Yeah.
You can't even get on a bicycle. So Coordinates Winery. And then on Wednesday, we will be live at Caliche Coffee. John Washburn, can't wait to talk with you. He owns not only that, but also A La Campagna and Otto's Restaurant. And I'm telling you right now, if you type in places to go in Fredericksburg, his restaurants come up immediately. And in fact, they were even featured in Wine Enthusiast magazine, which I think is super cool. We're going to do the Pacific War Museum from the historical side. We are also going to Hill and Vine, and we're going to sit down with the chef, and he's going to teach me some of their favorite meals. And then we're going to have a nice tasting lunch for the crew, but we'll make that part of one of our future Foodie Fridays. We've got more and more plans. So it's going to be a jam-packed itinerary, and we can't wait to show you Fredericksburg. So maybe you can put Fredericksburg, Texas on your list of places to visit soon. We hadn't even heard of Fredericksburg.
No.
I mean, that's a thing. So we're going to put them on the map from our show. We're going to have a great time with you for sure. So Jenny's probably feverishly working to try to grab all of these and drop them in. So Jenny, sorry that I just loaded them up at the end, but do me a favor and put all of their Facebook pages down. We can follow them on all the social channels and just have a great time with it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to road tripping too. I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah, me also.
Well, we should go to Florida. How long of a drive was that?
12 hours.
Okay, so this is 14 or just shy of 14 hours. It's Mama, me, Jim, and Zach. Yeah. Zach is coming along. He's our director. He's going to be doing all the different shooting, and then he'll end up editing up a beautiful piece. Jenny, unfortunately, can't go, and I hate it.
Yes.
But she's got some responsibilities with the daycare that she runs, which we're trying to get her to do some other things and just manifest it, and let's make it all happen. So that's next week, folks. It's going to be a blast. And then when we come back, we're going to sit down with the beautiful, lovely Dot Fleshman for Friendship Friday and real estate news. And we'll be recapping, of course, Texas with her. And then we'll be getting ready for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, gosh, yes.
And then May 3rd, we'll be broadcasting from Slyman Brothers in South County because it's their 60th anniversary. Oh. Still lining up what restaurants we want to join or what food item we want to cook together. But yeah, that'll be fun. So we'll be doing that. Michelle is going, Julie. Yes, Michelle and Mike will be there, her husband. And then my friend Angelina, who is a beautiful dancer, she's coming down. She lives in Texas, but she doesn't live in Fredericksburg. She's coming down to join us as well. So there's 7 of us that will be there, and everybody will be put to work in some capacity because there's a lot that we're going to do, a lot we're going to cover, and so much more to come, by the way. Can't wait to tell you all about it. So don't miss any of that. Any last words you want to tell them all? Love on each other.
Yeah, just love on each other. Help each other out.
Yes, and appreciate your blessings.
Yes.
Have a beautiful weekend. Again, if you can buy a ticket to the St. Louis Ovarian Cancer Awareness Organization for their big Living Out Loud Gala, do so. Mama says she wants to come along with us. So that's Saturday night, and that's going to be in Baldwin, again, Meadowbrook Country Club. Can't wait for that. And then we're heading out. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a big time. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yes.
Mighty, tiny, and then get bigger somehow. Everybody have a beautiful one. Can't wait to see you from Texas on Monday morning. It's going to be a blast. Go out, be anything you want to be. Greet a new person. Look them in the eye. Tell them it's nice to meet you. Give them a compliment because that shows kindness. And that's all we ask. Be kind and God bless.
Be kind.